Today I'm reacting to Frieren episode 12. The next 3 episodes and full reaction are on Patreon. Okay, so seeing as this episode opens with the OP, I'm going to cut the audio from this video just for the music while the music is playing, and so I'll be able to talk fully uninterrupted. First of all, thank you so much for all your support so far. This is my first time filming an episode in roughly 3 weeks. Episode 8 has just gone live. You guys in the comments, thank you so much for all the information you're giving, all the nice things you're saying, just all the support. You know, such a high percentage of my viewership for each upload is just purely from you guys, the subscribers. So thank you so much. 2 bits of housekeeping. One, I am going to be sticking with the fan sub that I'm using currently to the end of season 1. I have been rewatching episodes and comparing the subtitles that I have in front of me now to the official subtitles. And honestly, I think any kind of discrepancies that come that just occur, you guys can fill me in on. I personally prefer the fan subs. The official, I do see the appeal, but I prefer the fan subs. Secondly, with regards to the rewatching, I've rewatched the first 7 episodes of the show so far, and it's really kind of deepened my understanding of the story and the characters. I'm going to be talking more about my rewatch process once I've rewatched the other 4 episodes as well. But yeah, for now, let's get into Frieren episode 12. A True Hero. So we're able to go through... Oh, poor Frieren. We're able to get through the mountains now that we waited for those 6 months. Oh, I'm so glad to be watching Frieren again after 3 weeks. I don't understand the issue. What? Fern, what's wrong? I mean, we already know Fern kind of views her a little bit like a daughter figure, so I wonder what's happening exactly. It's my first time filming with 2 big cushions as well. Hopefully you can still see okay. Oh, are we getting backstory on his sword? I'm interested in that. Ooh. And that's exactly what you are. It's brilliant. I'm loving getting all this backstory. That's so rude. And then Aizen, of course, is just chuckling along. I said it earlier, but genuinely, guys, thank you so much for your support on the channel so far. It really, really means a lot. There's so much to say about the idea that she's walking forward as a means to go back to those past memories. Like, literally to the point of, like, going through a blizzard, going through endlessness. I wonder what's going on with Fern. What's her central tension within this episode? Also a bit rude, throwing Stark under the bus like that. Oh? So I take it it's been a while. 49. Okay. Village of the Blade. Alright, what's going on here? I'm wondering, are we going to be getting a villain of the week here, or something a bit deeper with the lore? Love the music. I always love the music. I mean, this show already gives me so much of a Breath of the Wild vibe, and here we are now getting an actual Master Sword. Literally, calamity, come on. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this show wanted us to think that Himmel is some kind of a hero.
半世紀後にまた来てもらう約束だったのに、ちゃんとお役目を果たしてもらわないと。
Well, look, Frieren is busy. What can you say? Yeah, so this is what I'm wondering. Is it a villain of the week? What exactly are we getting? Ooh, that is a scary looking monster. So far this seems to be a little bit more of a standard adventure episode, given how much plot we got the last 4. Oh wow. So I take it that we are facing a climactic monster who resides within the cave itself. Okay, what are we getting? Oh, it's gonna happen, yeah. That's the one thing about watching a show with subtitles. You see the hyphen, you know something's about to happen. It's huge. God, I love how we've come together as like a really fully fighting troop now at this point. Is this episode going to focus on tension with Stark? What exactly is going to occur? Do they still come? Yeah, that's what I was literally about to say. That they still have that desire. What exactly is occurring? Okay, tell me the story. What have I said before? Every word out of this man's mouth is just such wisdom. Oh, okay. That's actually a bit of a different direction than I was thinking. And I guess there's also an angle of essentially Himmel maybe romanticizing himself in a very kind of light way. So are we getting a Stark episode? Well, especially with that flashback that just came up. We haven't got much of a finding out about Stark's burned village yet, so maybe we'll find it out in this episode. That's nice that Frieren did the same one-handed wave without looking as crafted in the previous episode. There's just so many callbacks and little references sprinkled the whole way through. I really love it. Ah! He's older than I thought. Also, just want to say, it was my birthday 2 days ago. I really hope that particular shot is not fan service. I know what the internet is like. Okay, I love seeing Frieren when she's so excited, she's so cute. What? I was just about to say, that looks like the exact same bottle. Ugh. Correct. Correct. Fern, thank you. We need some sensibility in this show. Okay, they didn't show anything, thank God. So clearly something going on with this ring is going to link to the quick little flashback we got. I've just started talking as soon as thoughts come to mind without having to try to hold on to thoughts, so if there's a lot of fading on my videos from now on, this is the reason why. As for the throat sounds I make when I drink tea, you're watching Tea Drinker Reactions, that's just it. Oh, unfortunately I can't watch more than one episode tonight, but god do I wish I could. I love this show so much. Oh, these sunsets kill me. They're so good. Love the art in this show. I love Frieren. I'm just so glad that this is the show that got me into doing the reaction channel again. It's perfect. I take that back.
こいつガキなんだ。
ヘレン、ちょうどいいところにあの雲さ。
少し歩きませんか？
はい。
どう切り出そうかな。
Have you discovered that you've been traveling with a boy this whole time?
どうやったって怪しまれるんだし。
We love honesty, girl. Come on.
何か欲しいものとかありますか？今日がシュタルク様の誕生日だからです。
そうだっけ。それと欲しいものに何の関係があるんだ
？Does he not have birthdays? Stark.
誕生日プレゼントです。
俺、誕生日にプレゼントとかもらったことがないんだ。
I'll give you a present so long as it doesn't involve boobs.
そういった風習だったのですか？
いや。
And then, of course, this tying back to the fact that Frieren got her a present, right?
俺の故郷は戦士の村でさ。
Oh, this guy looks scary. All right, let's go. We see him in the OP.
それに比べてシュタルク、あいつは失敗作だ。毎日あれだけ修行しているというのに。
You leave him alone. He's like this high. Fuck off.
具体に稽古をつけてくる。あまりいじめてやるなよ。
Don't bully him at all. I'm not impressed. It's the rain and you're walking in white. Do not complain about the mud. I mean, I knew the pacing of that little beat. Knew it wasn't going to happen, but still. And of course we have the theme of the wooden sword to the hero's sword. Such a scary shot. Oh. Well, of course he ran away. He was a boy. You're literally raised through war. Shut up. You're not a failure whatsoever. You've more than made up for your past, Stark. We're your friends. We'll help you work through your trauma, I promise. Oh. And it's silver, like her thing. I love it. Oh. Honestly, a thoughtful meal. Not a bad birthday present. Flashback? I like Aizen, he's so cute. Exactly. I wonder if someone has made a cut of all the flashback scenes played chronologically. You have been giving it your all, Stark. I have so much love for you, I promise. Fuck your dad. Oh. Okay. That's a great brother. And even just how that flashback is contextualized to the one we got like a couple of minutes ago, it's brilliant. I love this show. And then a tear comes down. Oh. Shut up. Yes, I am, because I'm watching Frieren again, and it's warming my heart. So, I'm not a person who believes in faith or anything like that necessarily, but I can't deny the timing that it's like my birthday was 2 days ago and there was like a 3-week gap in me filming episodes, and the one that I happened to go back to is about a birthday, and this was actually supposed to be filmed 2 days ago anyway, so like there you go. And also the fact that the episode is to do with like being grateful and showing gratitude, and as I already said during the OP, but I'm planning to now do again once more before I go into actually reviewing the episode. I really, really do just want to take the opportunity again to thank you all so much for your loyalty. I mean, the analytics for the videos are just insane with regards to the engagement. Like, don't let the fact that I'm only getting like a couple of hundred views towards the videos, like, don't let that fool you, because the like ratio, the watch time for each episode, like the click through rate, and the way in which all those things are actively affecting the algorithm, it's all thanks to you guys. You guys are showing a genuine engagement with what I'm doing here, and I look, I mean, I am planning to make this channel my full-time job. I want this to be my career. And the fact that it is going to ultimately come down to reacting to newer shows and popular shows and trying to ride certain waves with regards to popularity and what's trending in order for the actual growth, and which is one thing. But with regards to the actual path itself, the ground I'm working on, just, episode by episode, rather than like looking at like the macro, bigger picture, the smaller picture, the episode by episode stuff. It's like you guys are really showing me so much love and appreciation with what it is that I'm doing. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but part of the reason that I set up this reaction channel is I kind of did want to create the content that I myself would like to see. I mentioned it in previous videos, so I don't need to reiterate it, but my background is within film production and film studies, and it's been a key component, if not really the key component, of my entire adult life. I always knew that I wanted to do something in relation to cinema and being able to discuss cinema, and very much going towards writing in a lot of different ways. I won't give the whole explanation again, because if you are, well, this is the thing, right? If you are watching me, if you've made it this far into the video, you are one of my regulars. Like, I'm seeing the same names over and over again, and some of you are even supporting me on Patreon as well. Jesus, guys, genuinely, thank you so much. And pushing the channel growth, it's not just for the monetary gain. It's not just for the viewer. It's not just literally in terms of numbers of just multiplying that which I'm already getting. I really love, because I'm seeing the same people comment again and again and again, to the point where I'm like recognizing like the type of cadence you guys will speak in. And I don't know how many of you notice, but I got my start because for years I was a enormous fan of the YouTube channel LM Reactions. I set up the Discord for them after subscribing to them for years, and it was actually through that Discord that I met my fiance as well. Their channel is what has inspired me to do this as well, because I really think they're second to none. They really, really get it, those two girls. And I'm also friends with them now as well, which is also so incredible. And I just kind of had that moment of clarity there about 60 seconds ago, where I think of all the times I heard them over the years talking about, like, you guys in the comments, like, you guys in the Patreon, like, our community, that kind of thing. And even though I haven't even hit 1,000 subscribers yet, I'm already getting a taste of that experience with you guys. So yeah, I mean, I love every aspect of this, and thankfully, touch wood, I don't have wood anywhere near to touch. The box is cardboard, but I'm not stretching that far. My physical health has been very slowly improving, so I'm hoping that that will continue, and I'll be able to get better and better as time goes on. And I know that I've spent a lot of time just talking about myself before the episode, but I don't often give you guys that much of an insight into me, so I said I'd kind of do that, especially, and God, I'm just rambling now. It's always great to get like a huge bunch of new viewers in as well, but being able to speak like directly to the regulars as well, they're two different ball games. And especially with where I am right now in popularity or lack thereof, numbers wise, this reaction is most likely going to be seen by the same dozen people. So I'm kind of happy to let you guys a little bit into my personal life and let you know what's going on. That being said, I think this was just such an enjoyable episode. It ended up being exactly what I thought it would be, an adventure episode. We're kind of moving away from the main plot, although it has been kind of established at this point that our main plot is very much, kind of for lack of a better way of putting it, a plot device. The main plot is just there as our framing. It's kind of the scaffolding by which we're able to explore different things each week. We're able to explore, of course, different like tones and moods and vibes, but also just kind of different quiet little reflections. I think it's so much that I think it says so much that they're uh, towards the beginning of the show, because I've been rewatching, there was this focus on Christianity and just religion in general. And, I kind of realize now as time has gone on, now that I'm officially a dozen episodes deep into Frieren, that it's almost like, because we're dealing with a different concept each episode, and this is the concept, obviously, of how Stark has compartmentalized his own sense of cowardice versus bravery, strength versus weakness, amidst the larger context of what it is to be a warrior and what it is to be a citizen who reacts to war, right? That's our kind of our talking point for this episode. That was what I was questioning at the beginning of the episode, his tension for this episode. And it's interesting to see that each episode of Frieren, more or less, apart from the more kind of actiony ones, each episode is kind of getting at a particular different, like, kind of life lesson almost. I know that a lot of you might think that that's a little bit too cliche of me reducing this down to like, and that's what the moral of this episode was. But I mean, it works, right? I mean, I think, first of all, shows do that all the time. Serialized narratives are always doing that. And for it to occur within a show such as this, that is so introspective with how the characters are feeling and thinking and remembering and dreaming. I don't know if you've gotten this impression before, but yeah, this show is really, really up my alley. It was so funny that just the timing of it, when I was just gushing over how much I loved this episode, and then they make a stupid boob joke. But I have the episode synopsis up in front of me, but I don't think there's anything in particular I failed to mention. I just think that I just love where it is at where we are right now. I feel a little bit bad for Stark being called a perv, but I mean, look, there's in saying that, it's kind of like my only criticism about the episode, and it's not truly a criticism, it's just a thing of preference, is that yeah, I guess it's a storyline in which we have two girls, and Frieren is very old, but she has a physical appearance not far off of Fern Stark herself. It's like, yeah, it does make sense that they're at some point going to make some sort of gendered storyline and fall into the traditional tropes of like, oh boy, am I right? And these women land. Yeah, it's not really to my preference, but I mean, it's largely concealed to the very slapstick humor, if not entirely, which I appreciate, because if it were to actually, like, if it were to go beyond that, then, well, I think it would be a different show. I think that the show is going for something a lot more mature in that regard. I don't know anything about the actual demographic for this show or anything like that, so you guys can tell me whether or not this show is if this show has a strong female following or something like that. I hope it does, because so far I can really imagine it resonating with a lot of girls, and even just for me, you know what I mean? So what else do I think? So yeah, that's kind of my take on the whole gendered aspect with regards to the humor. I remember when I started doing this YouTube channel, when I was starting up first, it ran for a couple months and then I had to stop due to health reasons. But I remember I would rewatch the episode and make notes after every single scene and then go through it meticulously. I did it with some of the Shogun reviews. And then I would even have like a screenshot of like the scene that I was talking about, and it's just so unnecessary. I find that just speaking fresh off the dome after watching the episode is a much better way of doing it. Also, and as such, I think I'm going to wrap this up because I think that a lot of what I had to say kind of came through in the episode. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I have two things to say, and this isn't so much housekeeping, but this is just to let you guys in on kind of my process for making these. So, first of all, I was speaking a couple of episodes ago about how when I started reacting to Frieren, I was just tying myself into knots mentally about like trying to wait to the end of a shot to then start speaking because I don't want to. I'm constantly thinking of the edit as I'm watching, right, and that kind of thing because I'm thinking about the copyright and I'm thinking about like the pacing and all that kind of stuff. That's the editor in me because one of my biggest passions, if not my biggest passion with regards to filmmaking, is editing. I think editing is like just such a beautiful art form. It's by far the craft of filmmaking that I like the most. I could maybe tie it with writing, but I like writing in all mediums generally. But when it's strictly within the domain of filmmaking, editing is my thing. That's my baby. So you can understand why I constantly have editing in the mind in that regard. Whereas where now I'm starting to really relax and I'm just like, look, a lot of the episodes are passing no matter how long I make the cuts, so that's fine. If I have to fade the episode more to get it up, you guys don't seem to mind. You guys have been very understanding thus far, and also like with what happened with episode 6. Episode 6 was up for 10 days and then got taken down for copyright, so you never can tell. You might as well just do what you want. So this time around I was very much just totally speaking off the cuff with whatever came to mind, and it was a lot more enjoyable. I was actively a lot more immersed and engaged with this episode. So there may be some awkward cuts from time to time, just like it might cut into a scene purely for exposition and I'm already mid-sentence, and that's fine. You guys don't seem to mind. And then I got this cynical thought of using that as an excuse to plug, well, you could always watch the full reactions, but no. I like marketing myself, but not that much. There has to be a line. And the second thing is how I've edited the last 4 episodes. I'm so grateful for my family to help me because due to tendonitis, I literally have to use my hands as little as possible. Like even when I'm holding this, I'm switching it in between shots because I cannot hold a mug for more than 2 seconds with the grip. Genuinely, that's how bad it is with regards to physical pain. So how I've been editing these videos is I've been splitting each episode in the editing room, splitting it into like 10 different sections of roughly 2 to 3 minutes, watching it on a loop over and over again, making notes on what cuts I want to make using speech to text, and then getting my family to edit the episodes because they don't know how to edit or anything like that. So what they do is they sit next to me with the keyboard and I tell them like movement by movement, like how to edit the episode based on the notes I've made. It's like move left, move left, move left, split, select, delete, delete, zoom in, zoom out, move left, move left, move left, over and over and over again for hours. And that's what's slowly helping me physically recuperate because it means I'm using my hands as little as possible, but I'm still trying to make videos quite regularly. So yeah, so that was a much more me-centric review. I don't know if the next one will be as well. But I'm bringing up editing to let you know that because the plus side, the one plus side is because now that's what my process is, and it takes me about 30 minutes just to make notes on 2.5 minutes of the episode footage itself, so it takes a long time. Maybe not 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes if I'm lucky, depending on, how much there is to do and how much exposition there is. What that means is that by the time I finish editing an episode, I know the dialogue like off by heart, basically. Or at the very least, I've watched it so much that the storyline is really ingrained into my head. So with regards of like wondering, oh, did you pick up on this thing? Did you pick up on that thing? Like, I will pick up on things in the episode. And like even the fact that Frieren did like this the same way Heiter did, or sorry, not Heiter, Kraft did. You know, that's something that I might have missed out on had I been editing the episode traditionally. Not because I wouldn't have used the shot, but just maybe it would have slipped into the back of my mind. But then, whereas this time around, the moment she did it, I recognized it like that for that reason. So, long story short, the way I edit these videos, I will pick up on a lot more, especially like if there's times where I'm going to be like looking away or like grabbing my cup as there's like a line of dialogue and you're thinking that I'm only like half looking at it. Even if that's the case, I do see every single line of dialogue in this show during the editing process, so you don't have to worry about that. There was one more thing I had to say, but oh yeah, just again, so speaking of my physical condition, it's like, look, by the time you watch this, I will hopefully have started reacting to Witch Hat Atelier, and I'm doing the double patron upload every single week for the Teapot show. Whatever the Teapot show is, I'm reacting to 2 episodes a week. So, you know, that's why Frieren is now relegated to once a week for a Friday upload. And believe me, if I had the physical capacity for it, I would be doing more. Like, my original plan was that I'd be getting a Frieren upload every 3 to 4 days. Now, unfortunately, it's about 6 to 7. But again, now I have more time to also be doing the full reactions as well, because I know some of you were asking for that. And, you know, in general, if it means, one, I can spend more time kind of doing the kind of trendier shows to make sure that gets out for you guys as well. And 2, more importantly, I'm actually able to work on my physical health, then that's just what I have to do. So this was a very, very me-centric review. How long have I been chatting? Probably longer than the episode. Oh my god, how long have I been talking? Yo, that is a long review. That was a long review. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for your unmitigating patience with me and my shenanigans. Again, genuinely though, in the spirit of this episode, thank you for giving me my birthday present the last 4 weeks with your support. Even though the subscribers and the viewership is low for now, I know that I'm going to be seeing you guys, the same familiar names, for the upcoming weeks and months. And also, very last thing, it's for that reason of not using my hands that I really don't respond to comments as much, but I always try to like them, just to let you know that I read everything. I read every single comment I get here. So I'm seeing the same familiar names and profile pictures and thoughts and ideas and all the information you give. This is what I love about. It's what I love about doing an anime reaction channel, because anime fans are second to none, and especially when it's a mature show as well. It's not just a shonen. I won't name a particular shonen that would have a much more what's a better word than toxic? Over enthusiastic community that I have to deal with. Frieren has been very respectful so far, but I will leave it there. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your intellect. Thank you for your compassion. And above all else, thank you for the loyalty. You are really making the viewing experience for Frieren a lot better for me just by being here. So, arigatou gozaimasu. Thanks for watching.